has all of the reunions over the time meant to you, and what have you gained from attending them on a yearly basis?
My experiences here at the Union, this can be summed up to the importance of family. I think I first saw it with Uncle Don and Maddie, and when she was going off to college and doing other things, Uncle Don was really excited to see Maddie. And I thought, what? That's his own kid. Right. You guys see her all the time. But in the past couple of years, especially this year, because I haven't seen my immediate family since Christmas, other than a handful of days. Easter, I was home for a pair of days, and they were up for my graduation for 2 days, and I was excited to come down here, not only to see Uncle Wafa, the Atheltunis, the Drews, Piles, the rest of the Friar gang, but to see my own personal family. And I think that excitement, that anticipation that I had to see my own immediate family, that's probably how this has been for almost everybody.
And I think the biggest thing for me that the families represent is this idea of you're never alone. And I think that oftentimes it's really hard for me, being an only child, having two parents that grew up with a lot of siblings, and having most of my cousins having siblings. And it's something that I think I've always struggled with. Though I'm so close to my parents, it's always kind of a longing for wishing I had that closer relationship. And I think that these reunions allow me to know that you're never alone. Even if God forbid something were to happen to my parents, I still have this incredible family. Mm-hmm. That though they might not be sisters and brothers, that blood actually runs closer, and something that's very powerful for me.
So it's been a good thing for you growing up knowing cousins.
Definitely. Knowing cousins and having those relationships with them that, I don't know what it is like to have a relationship with a brother and sister, but that feel that way where you can call them and have a closer relationship. And also I think family in general, being close to aunts and uncles, being close to my mother's cousins, having that extended family that feels a lot closer than what most people's interactions with their family is, I think kind of filled that void that I had.
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for these reunions, I would probably never see a lot of people. I would maybe see you because we live on the West Coast, but for the majority of people that live in Chicago and Missouri, I'd probably never see them. So that's, as far as the reunions go, that's really what I've learned, is how important it is to have these so that you can see your family at least once a year. Even twice a year like we do for Christmas too.
I think probably that we really all like each other, for one thing. I think that's kind of unique. I think the fact that the kids all just pick up where they left off, even though they don't see each other for a year, and sometimes even a couple of years, depending, that they all just, it's like they're brothers and sisters rather than cousins or second cousins even.
But definitely an appreciation for all the differences in our family, but that nobody ever makes a big deal about it. You never would even notice it if it wasn't so physically apparent. So I appreciate the diversity.
The last I looked, I'm the only Waspin family that married from the standpoint of everyone is from all different countries and with it. And so the open diversity that the Friar kids had from the Friar side, to intermarry with all kinds of cultures and international signs. I think that was very interesting.
And the fact that we had the opportunities created for us, by someone else that financially made it possible for us to do this. So that's been great.
And do you have a particular favorite family reunion memory that you'd like to share with us?
Lily's Landing in general. That was when we were really small and we grew up as kids, had a lot of fun. I really looked forward to going to the reunions every year.
Definitely my fondest memory would be when we were younger, and when Maddie and I used to go and have special days just to ourselves with Kevin, and they would take us out to the lake because we were the only girls.
Me and Yossi, the thing we looked forward to the most every year, because it was just our little thing that we got to do. And Kevin was always the coolest uncle. You fought over getting to spend time with Kevin. We had this time on his calendar that was just ours.
That's very sweet. That's very sweet.
But that was my biggest memory of every year we had that day that just the two girls would go out and we played Shark Attack, and you would do this same song from Jaws.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember playing with Victoria a lot. She's not here this year, but I miss her. I do remember getting my hair done a lot by Aunt Leslie. She would always come with her kids.
And she would what
She would wrap your hair and put braids in it. And I don't remember when that stopped, but I remember looking forward to that so much.
And my favorite thing to do is eat, because we always have great food. And the other thing is to just sit around and do nothing, just talk. You know, I don't. It's fun to do the boat and do all these other things, but my favorite part is just sitting around chatting, getting to reconnecting with people that I haven't seen for 6 months or a year.
Actually, some of the skits we've had, the things we've done, that has been interesting and funny.
The show that we did when we were the Pointy Sisters.
Very good, I remember that.
Yeah. And the Broomstick Chord, Grandpa doing the Broomstick Chord.
Yes, and going on and on and on.
On.
And don't forget the one where Bill was doing his speech.
The thing under the table,
Yeah.
The one where we did I think they were music jingles when Tessa was a baby and Rosa had her in the stroller and they were rocking back and forth in time to the music. I think that was my favorite one.
I remember the first reunion that I came to. Brenda told me so much about Frank, and I was kind of nervous about meeting this iconic person and all the family. And as soon as he met me, he shoved me right down on the couch and said, "Now, tell me all about yourself." So
I look forward to the storytelling and the laughter. I mean, there's a lot of dry humor in this group, and it comes out with a lot of very straight questions end up turning around to be a very funny anecdote. And I think that's the sense of humor that this group has in general from both Piles and Fireside.
Are you going to say action?
And I'm going to say action.
She's a ham.
I saw my great uncle in tighty whities, and it was very uncomfortable. Or
I thought it was going to be like waterboarding.
Can you show your favorite dance move for the camera?
Not really. Is that one of them?
No, it's not. No.
I don't know.